Hello everybody, this is rooper83. Looks like I took over a spot for, I believe it's Kirby. So we're going to be doing some SMB3 100% on All Stars. And we'll be playing on the Japanese version. That's why these look, the box art looks a little different for those of you not familiar with this version. It's a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the 100% category. Aside from the graphics look different, if you're familiar with the NES 100% runs, most of it's about the same. There's a few little differences in this game, but most of the strats are about the same. This version is overall a little bit slower than the NES version, but the Japanese version is, I believe it's about 40 seconds faster than the US version for on All Stars because of the quicker cutscenes in the castles. Didn't get the quick P-speed, early P-speed there, but not a big deal. So for those of you who are not familiar with this category and exactly what 100% means, 100% means we play all the levels, all the fortresses, castles, hammer bros, plant levels, hand levels. Basically anything that's not mushroom houses or the card games, the little roulette thing. Whoops. So we pretty much do everything that's not that stuff. Also, for the case of like doing all the mushroom houses, you actually can't get all of them in one run because there's not enough hammers to break all the rocks in the game that you would need to get to all of them. So, and if anyone has any questions about this run or this game in general, feel free to ask and I'll try to answer that to the best of my ability. Yeah, the all 5 hundo last night unfortunately did not happen because Comcast, for those of you who've ever dealt with Comcast, I was dropping about 90% of my frames. I'd been dropping frames a little bit for the past week or two, but not too bad, but it got really bad last night, and I tried everything on my end that I could do to fix it, and after, we got about 20 minutes into my run, but it wasn't watchable, so we ended up stopping that run. So unfortunately, I apologize for those of you who showed up for that last night, but I spent about 3 hours with them after I signed off last night, so I was probably up till about 3 a.m. and they finally did some stuff on the back end, and it's been pretty much perfect today. Whoops. That was not really smooth. So I actually fly up here and get the warp whistle. I can't use it, but it's actually a little quicker to get the warp whistle in it is to do the boom boom fight. Turn my game volume down just a little bit here. Let's see if that's better. Taking an intentional damage boost there. Most places in this game we don't have a lot of use for the tail, and it actually slows you down quite a bit. So there are some places where you'll see me take intentional damage to lose the tail. Hey, Magnum. We'll try to get P-speed here and not have to ride the platform here. And like that. We call that the Superman jump. So these cutscenes go by a lot quicker than the US version. And also it's a little faster when you finish the airship as well. That's what makes the Japanese version faster than the US version for All Stars. On the other hand, if you're, just to throw it out there, if you're playing the NES version, the US version is actually faster than the Famicom Japanese version, which is kind of interesting, but that's how it goes with this game. We'll play it safe and not go for the fire kill here. You can fire kill the Koopa Kids. It can be pretty tricky though. So just out of safety, I'm not going to go for those. I might do the windy fire kill, but those can be pretty tricky to get set up. So I don't want to lose my power up. So we'll not go for those on this run. Every jump I do is a Superman jump. As a casual player, you very much prefer this version to the NES version. They did make this version very colorful compared to the original. I was supposed to get P speed there, and I think I jumped just a tad early. But pretty much for me, for a normal run of this game, should take an hour and 15 to an hour and 18 minutes usually. Just depends on how things go. Hopefully it's a pretty good run. But that's the estimated time for this run. So we do all the hammer bros, but as Stewie said, there's actually not enough hammers in the game to pick up all the mushroom houses. So doing that is pretty much impossible. Do a little fire kill on Boom Boom here. Wasn't the greatest fire kill, but it'll get the job done. But aside from the gameplay being mostly the same, there are a couple of there's a few differences in a couple of levels in this game. The biggest one I can think of is 4-4. It's the water stage with Lakitu throwing spinies at you from above. The water level is actually quite a bit lower on this version, so that makes the strats a little bit different. The rest of it, I mean, kind of the same idea, but since the water level is lower, you have to adjust your strats a little bit. Oh, come on, Mario. Oh, the sound's a bit different between regular All-Stars and All-Stars in the World. No, they're not. This is actually the Japanese version. of All Stars, but the sound should be the same. The little pyramid level. I always thought this level was pretty interesting. Yeah, the camera is different in this one. When you're doing big jumps at P speed, the camera stays farther up than it does in the NES version, which kind of results in you having to make more jumps where you can't see the ground below you, so you just kind of have to know where the platforms are, which does make some things a little difficult in this one. These guys are tough on this version. They start shooting really early, so it's hard to avoid that initial fireball. But not really a big deal as long as I have a mushroom at the end of this level. Whoa! Got a little close there. But a lot of the cool tricks, like clipping through walls, like that you'd normally see in 7.1 and sometimes 7.6, and clipping through the pipes in 7.9, all that stuff still works on this version. So this is the second airship. So we'll have a little fight with Morton here at the end of that. Are the Fire Bros and Boomerang Brothers hitboxes just as bad? Generally I think so. That's my opinion on it. And we don't jump for the one because it's actually slower to jump for the one because of the rate that Mario falls. So the closer to the bottom of the screen he is, the better. So that's why we don't jump in the air for the wand. Well, I was born in '83, as far as the growing up in the 90s. I was born in '83, so... Oh, I got the one-frame jump. Nice. If there's a one-frame jump when the level starts that you can actually jump in midair and save a small amount of time there, which that was actually kind of cool that I got that. But yeah, I grew up with these games as a kid. I got my first console was the NES when I was 6 or so, I believe. So yeah, these games were my childhood. Alright, we're going to try something dangerous here. And I got it. Nice. So getting the P-speed on that level like that is actually kind of tough. And also the hitboxes on those Cheep Cheeps are really bad, so you can land directly on top of them But if they're going up really quickly, you'll still take damage from them, which it's a really silly mechanic. But got through there without taking a hit and got through there pretty quickly, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. Whoops, I missed a shot there. And there's the hammer. The other hammer bro should have a star, I believe. Let's go ahead and do this level first. Now I'll go back and do 5. And just shoot like a 2 out of the way just because I wanted to. Nah, I didn't go for door 3. So what Stewie's talking about, for those of you who don't know, it's a frame perfect trick, but if you go in the fortress I just beat, if you go into the 3rd door instead of the 6th one, as soon as you go in it and you appear on the other side, if you do a frame perfect press up, you can actually go back into that door and it'll put you in the room with Boom Boom. I thought about going for it and then I changed my mind. That's actually a really tough trick to pull off. It's cool to see it though. But probably my success rate with it's like 5%, so I probably wouldn't have got it had I tried for it. Pick up the fire flower here. This is one of the fun auto scrollers, so not a ton to do on this level. We just gotta wait it out here. What's this growing up stuff you all are talking about? Yep, the internet is definitely cooperating today. After I gave Comcast a piece of my mind last night, they fixed it. So. Am I gonna get hit? Nope. There we go. And for the beginning of this level, I'll do a little trick where I can get a quick swim if I get it into the pipe like that. That's actually it. I for some reason have fun doing that little trick. But basically what it is, I jump into the water and I press duck while I'm still at somewhat running speed, and it allows me to do like a little fast swim there. I'm sure this one's everyone's favorite level. For those of you who remember this one, I'm sure everyone just absolutely loves this level. Got some of the tricky platforms and boss bash there. Absolutely nothing could go wrong on this level. Getting ready to finish up World 9 here. I jumped a little, landed a little early. If I would have landed just a little later on that platform, that platform I had to pick up the blocks to go through, that looks like a lowercase h, you can actually jump over that. But I hit that music block and it kind of kills some of your momentum to get enough height for that. We've got another H later on though that I'll hopefully make it over. You don't hate 3H, you hate 7-4. Yeah, 7-4 is pretty rough too. I don't particularly care for 7-4 either. Imagine if SMB3 had Atlantis. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'd probably stop playing the game. No, not really, but joys of being an only child, you always had the controller. I wasn't an only child, but I had a younger sister and she was rarely ever interested in playing games, so yeah, I basically being able to play games when I was a kid was mostly uncontested, so I was alright with that. But yeah, for those of you who wanted to watch my all 5 hundo run, I actually do runs of that fairly often. But if a spot just happens to open up for the marathon that I can actually do, and it's a long enough block for that and stuff, I may try to resubmit all 5 hundo for that with the hopes that I can actually do it this time. If that availability comes up, I'll probably try to submit for that. Hey, thanks for the good luck. So all 5 100%, since we're talking about all-star stuff, is for that one I play on the cartridge that has SMW included with it. So there's 5 games on it, and basically what that category is I do the 100% categories for all 5 of the games, which takes probably on average for me takes about 4 hours and 15 minutes. Alright, this level, let's hope it goes well. This one's fun to watch when it goes well. And perfect. One little difference on this one from the NES version is that second Hammer Bro, right before you go into the pipe, his movement and behavior is a little bit different on this version, so I have to take a little different strat than I do on the NES version. And that was a pretty good. That's a pretty good fortress. This is a tricky level to do quickly. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I'm about 50-50 on pulling that one off cleanly. Alright, so the water level's lower on this one. But we get some P-speed up there and we get to jump across some of this. Bounce on Lakitu, do a little quick swim here. Hopefully I don't get sniped here. And we're good. Is there any difference between warpless and 100% for SMB 1, 2, and lost levels? SMB 1's the same, or it's exactly the same. You just play all 32 of the levels. SMB 2 US is the same. You play all 20 levels. So 100% and warpless are the same thing for those. For the lost levels, 100% for that one is you play all 52 levels, so you do World 9 and all the letter worlds, A through D. So there's 52 levels in that game, so you play all those. If you just mention warpless, then it's usually implied that you just go to 8-4 and then you stop. But for 100%, you do all the letter worlds as well. Yeah, so you've got worlds A, B, C, and D, and each one's got 4 levels in it, so that adds some extra time to that. The letter worlds can be pretty tricky. I mean, the whole game's pretty tricky, but yeah, some of those can be rather tricky. See if we can get early P speed here. Probably not, but I think I don't think no, I got it. Wow. All right. And then I lost it. Well, and I got it back. Okay. I didn't think I was actually going to get that. That's getting the early P speed there is actually kind of tricky too. I thought I messed up the setup for it, but I got it. No complaints here. So the World 4 airship. This is the most boring one by far. It moves really slowly. It takes like 2 minutes to get through it, and there's not really much to do. So usually I tell people if you need a quick break to get up and get another drink or something like that during this run, right now is probably the time to do that. Actually, let's pick up a few coins. I wanted to get that 99 off of my coin count. So for those of you who have played the game before, have probably come across the instances of where the Hammer Bros will turn into a coin chip. So the way that works is you can only get coin chips in worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6. And how you do that is when you end a level, your coin count has to be a multiple of 11. So like 99 is a multiple of 11. And your tens digit of the score has to be that same digit. So if you'll see I have a 9 as the tens digit on my score. So if those match up, then you'll get a coin chip. So I did not want to end this level with 99 coins and 9 as in my tens digit, because I'd risk getting a coin chip for that. Oh, you can have whatever kind of drink you want. I was just saying something that's liquid. You can take your own interpretation past that. If it's water, that's fine. Pretty much my point there was you're not really going to miss much if you need to get up for a moment. Alrighty, on to World 5. Oops. Do a little turn back, shoot some fireballs, and clears the runway for some P speed there. I slowed down a little bit there to get something other than a star for the card. If you get three, if you're familiar with SMB3, you probably know if you get 3 matching cards, you get extra lives. But we try to avoid that because the screen scrolls up and it does this little fireworks animation and all that stuff. And while it's cool, it actually wastes some time. So we intentionally try to not get that. Does getting a coin chip invalidate 100%? No, it does not. It just wastes a lot of time. But yeah, I mean, you can totally do a 100% run because it still counts because you still get the item that the Hammer Bro had at the end. I mean, you have to play Boomerang Bros at the end of it, but it still counts. It just wastes a ton of time. Hardly missing anything reading chat. I've been doing this for what, 7 years now. I've developed the ability to be able to read and respond chat while I'm playing the game. So sometimes I miss stuff, and it depends on how quick the chat's going. But I've kind of got used to doing that over the years. Alright, we'll go to this cool level 5-3. It's the boot level. Unfortunately, I won't be picking it up. This one's actually kind of tough to speedrun. This one's kind of tricky. Also, you got the whole having to run left thing for a bit too. Actually, when I first started speedrunning this game, I actually did use the boot on this level for a while. But it's whoops. Yeah, but it's kind of slow, so I eventually had to drop it. But I wish there was, I honestly kind of wish there was some way that you could go fast on this level with the boot, just because I always enjoyed the power up. What's up, Penelope? Oh, it's going pretty good so far. Use a star to start this level here. Helps us get past the first little section here. Oh, I messed up the P speed. You can keep the P speed there, I messed up. Little minor mistake, no big deal. What's up, Gamer Die Try? Does the Japanese version of All Stars treat damage like the US one? Yes, it does. They did change that. I did forget to mention that earlier. The way the damage works in the Japanese All Stars and the US All Stars is the same. For those of you who don't know, for the original versions, the NES and the Famicom versions, In the Famicom version, if you take damage as being like Fire Mario or Raccoon Mario, you go straight to small. But in the US version, you just go to Big Mario. So that was a big difference between those two versions. And I meant to mention that earlier, and I totally forgot about it. So that's actually kind of a welcome change that they did for this version. I never really particularly enjoyed this level. This one's kind of tedious. I thought you have to jump on the little beetles here. And one little interesting thing that I'll mention here is at the end of this, when you get to the pipe, I won't go in it as quickly as possible, because what can happen for some reason is, so we're going to delay here just a little bit. Now go in it. If you go in it as soon as you possibly can, there's a chance that you'll get too far ahead of the screen and it'll actually crush you and you'll die. And you'll have to start the stage over. And I've learned that the hard way. That's actually a real thing that can happen. So we delay there just a touch before we go into the pipe. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Go. That's not exactly how I had that planned out, but we made it. How do you remember the Beatles' name but don't remember how or what you need to do today? I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. I can't remember something you told me 5 minutes ago, but I can remember all this stuff. Poor short-term memory, I suppose. What's up, Katie? Nah, sorry, I didn't go for the Jesus clip. Sorry, Stewie. Sorry, I didn't go for the Jesus clip. So the Jesus clip, I guess I should explain what that is for those of you who don't know what it is. The Jesus clip is in that last fortress I played with all the lava. In that very first room before you jump into the pipe, it's actually possible to clip through the wall, like up in the right corner. But the risk with that is if you get it, great, but you only get one shot, and if you miss it, you fall into the lava and die. So that's a very risky one to go for. So we are about done with World 5 here. Nah, it's not exactly a marathon safe strat, but I mean, there are some folks that will still go for it. It's just to do it. that cannonball, and we can just chill up here and not have to worry about all that down there at the bottom. And it's time to take care of Roy here. And that's it for World 5. Okay, World 6. I actually like to use a star on this level. Makes it a little easier. I feel that most people don't actually do that. But I like using the star. Because I do have one I can spare for this. For the strats that I currently use. So. How's the doggo? He is chilling right now. He's doing good though. Yeah, we'll do this one. Aw, just missed it. You can get over that. I feel like that's actually a little tougher when you're big as opposed to being small, but alright, we'll go up and do this auto scroller. Alright, so we'll go to the fortress here. Well, assuming I don't take a hit, I used to do an intentional damage boost strat to run across the spikes, which is quite a bit faster than riding the little platform the whole way. So we don't get hit by these potaboos here, hopefully. We'll do that. We'll just run across here, take 2 hits, which actually kind of sets you up nicely for the next room because there's a 1 tile gap. That one right there. And also, I hope I make it. We're going for it though. If I get there in time, I can kill Boom Boom with the star. Oh, I missed it. I was too slow. We'll do it again. Alright. I think that's my first death in this run because I went for it. I should have backed off, but I went for it. So I can't do that damage boost strat again without wasting a power up, so we'll just ride the platform this time. But yeah, I ended up just short. But you can actually run into Boom Boom with that star and insta-kill him. We'll take the safe strat and we'll wait for the star to come down here. You know what? We're not gonna do that this time because I was still a little slow there. I don't want to take a second death, but you can run into him with the star and kill him. I was cutting that real close. I decided to back off this time. Yeah, there's not a very large window to pull that off, but it's fun to do though. Alright, we'll use a P-wing for this one. Hit the block, thank you. Alright, so we'll go in here. This is the one mushroom house I'll do. And I'm going to pick up the hammer suit for the end of the game. Don't have to do that, but it's a little safer. We'll go ahead and take care of the hammer bros here. Whoops. Moved a little weird on me there, but we got it. Wow, really? Come on, game. Oh, man. Alright, that's fine. Go back and do 6. This level's actually pretty scary, small, so we'll hope for the best here. If I go into the water with P-speed, I get to do like a super swim for a bit. I mean, you eventually slow down, but I think we'll be okay. I was going to pick up the power up, but I think we'll be all right. And guess what? Time for an auto-scroller. So now that we've completed the Hammer Bros in World 6, I don't have to worry about my coin count anymore, since I can't get a coin chip after now that I've finished those. Do I want this? Yeah. Man, I'm going to pick up a leaf in the next level, but yeah, we'll take it anyway. And if you actually stand on the very edge of these donut lifts, they won't activate, so you can just kind of stand there. So for this one, we're going to pick up a leaf and we're going to fly under a lot of this level, which is very scary, but hopefully that goes well. And I think something went a little weird with the setup there, so sometimes I fly under that last section too, but it's fine to take that top route too. Technically, it's actually faster to take the top route, but I'd like to take the bottom route as well. And that damage was intentional. Fix the block here and get some P-speed. And we'll jump over the H here. This one, really easy. Just equip a P-Wing and just fly right over it. There's also a 1-up in that block. Oh, I didn't mean to come up that early, but that'll work. Pick up some fire. Hopefully I can keep it for the boom boom fight and the fortress coming up. Oops, well, that's not how you do that, by the way. That's not how you do that. It's okay, though. I think I was, for some reason, I think I was thinking the level started out a little differently, or I was trying something different. He got me on that one. Alright. Alright, boom boom. That power up plus is not really a big deal. The only thing I don't get to do on this one is there's a place where I can clip through the wall. It doesn't save any time or anything like that, but it's just a cool trick to do. But I have to be at least Big Mario to do that, so can't do that one. But so I don't know how much delay there is, so I'll go ahead and start asking. So 7-1 is coming up, and I actually clipped through the wall to finish that level. Chat, you can go ahead and put your guesses on how many tries will it take me to clip through the wall. Stewie going with the first try. It's a tall order, but I'll try my best. I don't remember all the guesses, but we'll see if anybody gets that right. So here we go. 1, 2, that was pretty good. 3, 4. Anybody guess 4? If you guess 4, you win a brownie point, I guess. That's not bad though. 4 tries is not bad. So for the next one, I use a star to hopefully get P-Speed, and I can use P-Speed through the level without having to do the music blocks and all that stuff. So there we got a star. Hopefully the game will give me the P-Speed. This version does not like to give it to me all the time. There we go. You can also P-wing that level. I used to P-wing that level, which you can still do that pretty quickly. But I like to save the P-wing for to use somewhere else. Alright, for 7.5, we actually use a P-wing for this one. Makes it a little faster to do that. Yeah, I'll take this Koopa shell. So this is where the P-wing comes in handy, because you don't have to go back and hit the invisible blocks and stuff. And also this one, there's invisible blocks there that you would have to hit from underneath, but having the tail definitely makes that quite a bit faster. With P-wing 7.2, add to clip 7.9, that's always fun. Well, it's 7.6. I'm probably going to go for the clips on 7.9, actually. Just to have some fun. Alright, this is probably the level I hate the most, and this is the underwater auto-scroller. I actually guess I could have picked up the fire, but yeah, we'll go without it. But yeah, this level, man. I hate this level. And this section can be kind of tricky depending on where the bloopers decide to go. They like to kind of hang around and get in your way, and hopefully they will go away. Y'all can go away now, please. You know what? We'll pick it up anyway. Alright, first plant level. We'll use a star for this one. Where is it? There it is. Can I clip through the pipe here? Yes, there we go. Swag. Alright, use a P-wing for this one. Oh, missed the jump there. And we'll P-wing over this one. This level, like 7.1, has the little door at the beginning. You can clip through this one as well. But unless you get that clip first try, using the P-wing is actually faster. So we will use the P-wing for it. I have had some situations before where I had to use an extra P-wing, and then I have to clip this level, but I got the items. I didn't have to waste any items this time around. I meant to use a star for this one. Whoops. We're just gonna have to play it safe here then. Well. Alright. Maybe he won't hit me. There we go. Sometimes you'll get... Sometimes those fire nippers will get you, and sometimes they won't, and they decide to play nice this time, so appreciate that. So now we'll go 277. We'll give the clip one try. I mean, I never get this, but you can actually clip through that and finish the level. But I almost always give it one shot just in case, but I'll skip that star. And I got hung up there, but I think it'll be okay. Yep. Okay, 7-9. We're going to go for the clips here. So you're supposed to go like up and to the left and then to the right and all that stuff. So we're actually just going to try to clip straight through these little purple pipes here and take the bottom route through the whole thing. Okay, there's one. There's 4 of these I have to clip through. Okay, missed that one. Sometimes this goes well and sometimes it does not. Okay, there's 2. There's 3. Oh, come on. I have to clip through here. There's no other way out. I can't get out of here without doing another clip. Oh, come on, Mario. The first 3 went pretty well. I think I'm jumping a little too early. There we go. Those are a little tricky. Alright. This one, this fortress is terrifying. I'll just explain, or I'll describe it that way. Well, I was gonna go for a little faster strat there, and then I decided not to. That's a little tougher on this one because of where I mentioned earlier, this damage is intentional. Of where I can't see the stuff below me when I make a big P-speed jumps like that, so I decided just to back off and not risk it. I don't really know the fire flower strats for 7F2. That's something I need to work at some point, but I'm usually not in that situation of where I have it anyway, seemingly. So, we're on to the World 7 airship. This one's pretty long as well, but it's not as boring as the World 4 one, but I think it takes about the same amount of time. And then after this, we'll be on to World 8. This looks like a colorful version of this. This is the Super Mario All-Stars version that they released on Super Nintendo in 1993. Most of the stuff, as far as the gameplay aspect, most of it's the same. There's a few differences, but it's most of it's the same. Is this on emulator? No, it is on console. I'm using a Super Nintendo for this one. On to World 8. So I guess if there's other people wondering all that stuff that, you know, if they were wondering if this is emulated or not. So no, it's not. It's on console. I'm using component out cables for my Super Nintendo, and I run them into an OSSC upscaler, which improves the picture quality. So that's why it may look better than what you would normally see out of a Super Nintendo. But I am actually playing on a CRT. Like I mean, I can play on a monitor, but I still have better response times with an old school CRT. So that's actually what I'm actually playing the game on right now. Yes, this is the Japanese version. Japanese version of All Stars, which was called Super Mario Collection. For this game, aside from the faster text in the castles, everything else is the same. But it saves a significant amount of time, like 40 seconds. I believe is what I've been told. It's about 40 seconds faster because it's just the text, but aside from everything else, it's the same. Did I need a de-jitter mod for the OSSC? Or you mean for the SNES? I know there is a de-jitter mod for the SNES. I have not got that, decided to do that at this time. I may at some point, but also at this time I'm pretty pleased with the capture and video quality of this, so I haven't really deemed it necessary to try to spend extra money on that at this point. I'm overall pretty pleased with it, so it's definitely an upgrade from what I did have. No boomerang, yep. So if you get lucky, because that's kind of based on RNG or luck or whatever, if you shoot the fireballs quick enough and you get a good pattern with that boomerang, bro, you can get the fireballs there before he throws a boomerang. That's pretty much purely luck, though, if you get the good pattern for that. Alright, so we're on to the hand levels. Since this is 100%, I do have to play all three of the hands. It's a little faster if I can enter them manually versus having the hands like come up and pull me in. So that's a 50-50 chance on each of these two. So Yeah, the first one's going to pull me in. Second hand. Got to enter that one manually. How do I remember this many games? Get pulled into that one. Well, I mean, I guess part of it that helps too is the fact that I played these a lot as a kid. And then also I've been speedrunning these games, or most of them, for what, 7 years now. So it just kind of, you just get used to it after a while. All right, on to the fast airship here. I hated this one as a kid. I don't mind it too much now. But this is always, if I didn't have a P-wing for this one, when I was a kid, I was kind of screwed on this level if I didn't have a P-wing. Yeah, you can enter the levels manually. You just press, you just enter it just like any other level. If it doesn't pull you in, you just press the button and it lets you in. I mean, the other alternatives, you can move back and forth until it pulls you in, but yes, you can just press the button. Just enter it like any other level. But as far as, you know, these remakes and stuff, I mean, I do have a few gripes on, you know, each individual game a little bit here and there, but overall I thought they were really well done. So this one, this is a pretty tough level. Hopefully I get it. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I shorted my jump. Oh, man. All right. Do I have another star? No, I don't. Okay, we'll use a tail. That was actually going... I kind of got thrown off because one of the enemies despawned that's usually there. And, yeah, we'll just... This is a really tricky level. I will say that. This is a really tricky level. I got it this time, but... Yeah, I wish I'd have got it the first time, but that'll do. So yeah, I simply just, I got a little thrown off from the despawn Koopa, and it just kind of messed up my rhythm of the jumps, and I just shorted that last one by, well, a lot. Do a leap of faith here, jump on that, and get out of the way of the sun. And that's that level. And we'll take a leaf in here, take a damage boost, because I won't fire anyway, but make things a little quicker. Or I could do that. All right, let's go back and pick up another flower. Come on, get me. There we go. So if I'm fast, oh, I just missed the door. I don't think I can make it. I can't make it. All right. So I had a little hold up there. So what you can actually do is you can make that door in the first P-switch cycle, but I missed going in the other door, and I wasn't going to make it in time. So silly mistake there. But you can make that in one cycle. Alright, so we're just about done here. If I bounce on this cannonball, I can just chill out up here for a little bit. There's a second section I can jump to, but you can skip this first level by just bouncing on that cannonball and getting up top here. I made it to the next section. Alright, so for the last level here, we will use the hammer suit. Hopefully I'll keep it. You can clip through that wall, but I missed it. Oh, come on. There we go. Aw, dang it. Come on. We'll play it safe here. Alright, so with the hammer suit, all you gotta do is throw some hammers and there you go. Easy fight. And that's it for SMB3. It's 1:18:04. For a marathon run, that was all right. I had a couple of deaths there, and 8-1, and what's the other one I died on? The First Fortress in World 6. But yeah, not too bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I do have a couple of other runs for this marathon coming up next weekend. One of them will be Lost Levels D4 Warpless, which means you play through the later worlds and all that too with Luigi. And then I also have SMB2, where I beat the whole game. It's called All Characters, All Levels. So basically that means I beat the game 4 times. Once all the levels with Mario, once all with the level with Luigi, Toad, Princess, and all that stuff. So, so I do have those coming up. But thanks for the GGs, everybody. I appreciate it. Happy to get this run, managed to squeeze this run in here. Once again, I apologize for those of you who turned out for the all 5 100%, which is all 5 of these games, which includes SMW, for this last night. But hopefully I'll have another opportunity at some point to try that again. I just had internet issues last night, major internet issues, and got those resolved, and so I was able to come back today. So hopefully I have another opportunity at some point, and I'll try to squeeze that in. But I think, unless they need me to do anything else, I think we'll wrap it up here. But once again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the runs, and it looks like, if that is still true, what's up next? Up next is, looks like it's ActRaiser with Sin and Bismarck, which I actually know both of those guys, and they're both great runners. So looks like they're doing a race of professional mode. I've watched a bit of that. I've watched some of that. That should be pretty good. So stay tuned for that. But thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Take care, and we'll see you around.